not, guys, there is still free agents out there where I think they could really help the Houston Texans. The only question is will billobrien take a chance at them? And he has shown interest in a couple. We are going to discuss them next. Let's cue the intro.
And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spill.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 713 Houston Sportcast. Y'all already know who I am. I'm Ruben Calavillo, and I gave away the post, guys. I gave it away to Real Talk. So, after this is all done, he's gonna get it, and I'm gonna give away another one when we're at 1,000. We are almost at 800, boys. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Now let's go on to the video. There is 3 free agents that I really want the Houston Texans should take a look at. And we're going to start off with somebody who we already talked about. I've been saying that we should get him for months now. Everson Griffen, defensive end, who last played for the Minnesota Vikings. He's up there in age, but he was very good last season. 9 sacks, a couple in the playoffs, very good against the run, and very good against the pass. And if you bring Everson Griffen here, it's not going to be a long-term solution, which I love. It's going to be a short-term, hey, signing him is a win-now move. And if you have a healthy J.J. Watt and a healthy Everson Griffen, it's going to be absolutely pandemonium for the offense, the opponent offense, because you cannot afford to double J.J. Watt because Everson Griffen is going to eat up. And if you try to double both of them, we have Ross Blacklock. And I really like this move because he brings in leadership. One thing about J.J. Watt, God, I love him, but he was unhealthy last year. You know, that leadership in the defensive line room was not there. Everson Griffen can bring that. He's a goofy type of player. He is a leader. He is a game wrecker. And if you look at his sacks, huge sacks against the Saints, against the Vikings. I'm sorry, he plays for the Vikings, but against the Falcons, Everson Griffen is somebody that can really change this defense for the next 1 to 2 years. I still think he could play at an elite level. I love if the Houston Texans really took a chance on Everson Griffen. Now, moving on to somebody who's in our division, Logan Ryan. I think the Houston Texans should take a look at him. The one thing that's bad about him, not really bad, but he was targeted 114 times. That is number 1 in the NFL, and I think he allowed like 84 catches. So it's, he was number 1 in targets, number 1 in allowed catches. But the thing about it is you're not gonna bring him in to be your number 1 corner. He might be your number 2, could definitely be your number 3, but he could play inside, he could play outside, he could play the slot. He is a very good corner. He had 4 interceptions last season. He ended the Patriots dynasty when he had that pick 6 in the division round. And they got J. Joe, so we might as well take Logan Ryan from them. Logan Ryan, much younger. I think about 27, 28, so it's always good to bring that youth in here. He's played in big games. He was with the Patriots. I think he has a ring with them. I'm not too sure. But he could definitely bring that, that experience, that big game experience to the Houston Texans DB locker room. And right now they're looking for a leader. I'm not saying that he's going to come in and be a leader, but he could definitely add something to that. Now, moving on to the third player who I think the Houston Texans should, just get him right now. They have shown interest in him. Larry Warford, the guard who was just released by the New Orleans Saints. He's made the Pro Bowl the last 3 seasons. The reason why that they are letting him go is because they drafted his replacement this year in the 1st round. He is a very good borderline elite run blocker, but his pass protection is, it's not bad. It's very good. It's better than Fulton's. And, a lot of people are thinking, should we cut Fulton? I don't think we should. I think you should let them compete and let the better men win. And, it's probably going to be Wolford. As a right guard, he's going to help your offensive line become one of the best in the NFL because you just traded for David Johnson. David Johnson had a horrible offensive line back in Arizona. And if you give him a good one, he's going to do wonders. Larry Wolford's had an 80 grade, as a run blocker, which is absolutely spectacular. And one thing that the Houston Texans were great at was running to the right when they had Titus Howard and Fulton. Now, if you put in somebody who's better, like Wolford is, you are going to have something special there. It's going to help Deshaun Watson. It's going to help David Johnson. It's going to help this overall offense. John McClain said it himself that the Texans are looking in and are interested in Larry Warford. My only question is, why haven't you signed to pull the trigger yet? And if you do decide to cut Fulton, you just saved yourself $7 million, where you could give to a Logan Ryan, a Everson Griffin, Eric Reed. It is really up to, what Bill O'Brien wants. I think if you get any one of these players, it's an absolute home run. We need veteran presence, because yes, you could win the game with younger players, but when it comes down to crunch time, Everson Griffin, Logan Ryan, Larry Warford will come through for you, because they've been in the league. Everson Griffin's been an All-Pro, Pro Bowler. Larry Warford has been to 3 Pro Bowls the last 3 seasons. Played in NFC Championship games. He's playing the last 2 NFC Championship games. I'm sorry, not the last 2, but the 2 prior to this one with the Saints. With the Packers and 49ers. But he's a very good guard as well. And I think the only question is why haven't you signed him yet? You kind of have that feeling that if we haven't signed him, then hey, maybe we're not going to. I really hope we do. Any of these 3 players can really help this Houston Texans team, offense or defense. But let me know what you guys think, guys. Who do you think the Houston Texans should definitely sign? As more players are out there, I'm going to be giving you one. I'm going to be talking more about our draft picks, which I love so much. But as always, guys, go Texans. Happy Mother's Day. It's a Monday, but if you haven't told, happy Mother's Day. You have a blessed day.